So this is part 9. I know I'm going on a bender, but here's the thing. I've had 8 TikTok accounts, and I have been kicked off once for saying I didn't like cop shows. I did a video on why I really didn't like cop shows. I got booted once for saying that we needed to actually start looking out for one another against ICE agents, and I got booted. I've been booted for my dog videos. I do dog videos to help people get jobs with rover.com, and apparently one of those videos wasn't liked very much. And I feel like if I don't tell my story now, I might get booted and I'll never get the courage to do it again. So I'm sorry if I'm kind of bombarding you with this, but it's so important to me. I have siblings I've never met, and if anything happens to me, especially with the political climate and the location I'm at right now, I've been attacked. I've had violence happen because I am the way I am. I want them to know the real story, because God knows they're not going to get it, and how much I still love them. Even my biological mother, who is on here, I want them to know it wasn't their fault, except what they know was their fault, and that I survived. And I'm scared I'll get tied up in knots and not be able to finish, and then my account gets banned and I won't have it anymore. And I want this out there, because I know I'm not the only kid that's gone through this. So thank you for staying with me. I greatly appreciate it. I'm not used to people watching my videos. My last account had, I think, 1,100 followers, which was amazing, and I've been trying to build up ever since. Hard to do without a phone, but I really appreciate you all watching. And if you suspect someone is abusing their child, call. I think of it as any parent who loves their child and is doing their best for that child. They might be inconvenienced by someone making a call, but I think any parent would appreciate someone saying something like, oh, they didn't know that we're this way. They didn't know we practice this way. Okay, they didn't know that we're from here. They didn't know that this isn't, I would rather say something and be wrong about a child being hurt than say nothing and something horrible happen. I have. I have. And sadly, I've been right. And I think my story is unique because it shows the dangers of, one, leaving children without any real government supervision to make sure they were okay. Because I was never legally adopted, not until I was 18, and even then they were like, that didn't go through. So no one was looking out for me. As far as the government knew, I was still living with my mother. I never lived with my mother. I say what I say because my grandparents committed crimes against humans. Not children, not Orthodox Christians, not Jewish people, not black people. They committed crimes against humans in general. They got away with it. And I'm not talking about me. I am nothing compared to what they did to my siblings and my parents. And my grandparents are still seen as the loving, devoted Christian parents in their community. Hell, my grandfather went into the ministry. And I'm telling you right now, it can happen in any town, to any family of any color, of any gender, of any religion. And I think I'm unique because, again, my mental illnesses have been a hard thing for me to deal with, but so has the religious trauma, so has trying to survive this cult mentality. And I want you to know, if you're going through it, you're not alone. You can get out. You can break free. You can run. You can do it. Because we've only scratched the surface of my story. And it is important for you to know your story, your struggle, your journey is valid. And I understand that not everyone wants to hear about child abuse. They don't want to hear about SA. They don't want to hear about unpleasantness. We live in a world with unpleasantness, and we don't need to seek it out. But still, you need to be aware that that wonderful little grandma and grandpa in East Texas, who have tons of grandchildren, go to their violin recitals, go to their grandsons' graduations, they covered up a crime for years, a crime that went on. They allowed a predator to move into their house and destroy their family. And they didn't say anything because they didn't want to look bad. That was the ultimate reasoning. They didn't want a scandal. They didn't want to look bad. And I say what I say because I know I'm not the only one. And there's hope. There's hope. It's not tons of cars and a big fancy house. It's not a ton of book deals or a movie career necessarily. But there's hope. And me getting these stories out, it takes a lot out of me. And it's therapeutic. I'm finding that I'm saying things that I've felt for a long time, but I didn't know. You know what I mean? I found that I appreciate what I was given because there were people who had less. And I'm beginning to see how resilient I am for the first time. And I hope it does the same for you. If nothing else, I hope you call your mama if she gave you a good life and she loved you. People say you should always love your mama. Not always. But if nothing else, I hope it makes you appreciate your family, your upbringing, and maybe even your struggles. So I am going to continue doing this because, again, I don't know how long this is going to work. But I'm going to get out as much as possible. And yeah, if you have questions, ask them. I'm an open book. My life expectancy is very low. And I'll explain why in a little bit. But I'm healing. And just knowing that someone's watching, maybe, that I'm not alone, it does a lot for me. So thank you for giving me this opportunity. I think going to that mental hospital and letting it all out and coming back has been the best thing for me. Because now I feel like the world's horrible and it's terrible and it's a nightmare and I'm going to die someday and I'm terrified. But I feel like I can say what I've been dying to say. And they can never take that away. And if any of you are family, I love you and I miss you. And you're only going to get the truth from me because I ain't got no reason to lie. So let's just keep going.